Hey guys, welcome to Mini World Camp. Today in Mini Camp we are going to start or just learning how we can do to create a fun car race, okay? So guys, welcome. My name is YeyoCore. Probably you know me from some specific games as you are seeing in your screen. And this is my in-game profile, guys. So if you want just to check out my UID and check my games, okay? So probably you're guessing why I'm your teacher in English, as we have very good players here that works for another minicamps like the Portugal one or the Japanese one. So it's pretty simple, guys. Well, actually, I speak a little bit of English, and also I have some knowledge about scripts. If you have played before my games, probably you know some of them. Actually, as you know, probably you have played in the public servers Powerload, this deathmatch game in which you actually can choose different skills for just fight with your friends. Also, Metal Warriors, which actually is the winner for Mini World Got Talent 2090. And yeah, some other games like Vampire Hunters or this one that also won the third place on Mini World's Got Talent 2020. And yeah, that's why I'm going to be your teacher. And yeah, together we are going to learn today how we can create those specific games, okay? So, very important, guys. I just want to start the introduction by just presenting the program. So with this, you are going to know exactly what we are going to do in this specific course, okay? So, just to let you know, guys, hi, that's me. Okay, so what's going to be the objectives of this minicam, okay? Well, what we are going to do for 20 minutes is that I'm going to present you all the different objectives, what we are going to do, and what will be like the dynamics for this class, okay? So very important, guys, we are going to use 2 hours of our time, and just before starting, truly sorry guys that we cannot start on time. Actually, we have some technical issues, that's why we have to create this second transmission as a backup, because we have some specific problems. Really sorry for that. We are going to do our best for the best time, okay? So guys, next step, we are going to take, apart from the presentation, another 40 minutes in which we are going to learn what is an actual racing game. And for this specific game, the one that I'm going to teach you how to do, we are going to create a card game. Also, we are going to take some time to play some examples. If you want to play with me, you can join, guys. And yeah, we are going to play together to see how it works and what are the dynamics for the racing games. Apart from this, we are going to see a specific module for this one that is going to be for around 40 minutes. We are going to create the first sketch or just try to find out the concept in which you are going to create your game. Right after that, we are going to have some 20 minutes of questions in which actually you can do any question and I will be able to answer. Remember, guys, never be like scared for asking questions. Remember that by asking questions, you are going to learn more. And don't worry, if I don't know the answer for those questions, we are going to take note of them. And later, we are going to post the answers in the comments right here in this YouTube channel, okay? So guys, just to continue, for this specific class that is going to be the class number 1, we are going to launch also a specific contest, and I hope, guys, you participate. What does it mean? Well, actually, we are going to just award, guys, the best of you that actually work with me and learn with me together to just create this fun car race game. Okay, so how you can participate is pretty simple, guys. You have to join to the live view classes, to the streaming classes. You need to learn step by step. After that, on the 9th of May, we are going to actually create a submission in which you can participate, you can submit your maps, and I personally going to take the time to review your maps. I'm going to choose the outstanding works, the one that has the better, I don't know, like as an example, triggers or dynamics into the game. And we are going to have another prizes for another kind of maps, like as an example, if you create a really stunning animations or As an example, you have dynamics that other games that not have, or you are the original one. So yeah, guys, those are going to be the prices, the different prices. As you see, the first price, the excellent awards, is going to get $40. Um, Important things, guys. Right here, you have like the different. I going to say like the different statements or lines that we need to complete to get this award. As you see, the excellent award is most of them. It's like the top of the top. It's going to be one of the best words. Also, we have a prize for a player that actually learn the class and implement everything into the maps, for the most creative, for the best progress, and or for the shortlist awards. So that's going to be actually a list that I'm going to personally do with the base works, okay? So important things, guys. We are going to do a total amount of 6 classes. And yeah, what is important for this? So for this class, you are going to learn different things. In this class, this specific one, I already present like the objectives, so I'm going to start in the second one, okay? So for the second class, we are going to build a circuit that is very important, and I'm going to let you know later why. We are going to just create the basic elements about the racing system, and also we are going to set up the checkpoints, the finish line, the start line, so our game is going to have the phase to start. After that, on the class 3, that is going to be the next week, we are going to create the car system. We are going to create some basic triggers, because guys, you are intermediate, so I think you are going to be very good learning this. And also we are going to learn how to create some books. Those books are going to just increase the speed or reduce the speed of our players. In the class 4, that is also going to be the next week, you are going to just learn how to set up the basic system for get random items, basic skills, and very important, guys. For this, I'm going to guide you through creating your first scripts. Don't worry, don't get overwhelming. It's going to be just simple skills and simple scripts, so you don't have to have that much knowledge, and I'm going to teach you step by step. On the class 5, we are going to create some skin system that will allow you to actually increase your revenue and know how you can create different skins for the players, for shop the skins and get some extra money for them, and a shop system in which actually you can sell items, you can sell different things. And the class 6, that is going to be the end of our course. So for this season, we are going to learn how you can actually improve your map by testing your map, by balance some specific moves or the different dynamics that you have on your game, and finally how you can publish your game and how you can get some extra reviews, okay? After we complete this course, you will be able to actually create your full game, okay? So very important, guys. Switching back to mini word, and yeah, let's start with it, okay? So for now, tie your safety belt and get ready, because we are going to start in 3, 2, 1. And yeah, welcome to the racing game tutorial, okay? So for today's lesson, as you already heard, we are going to start by just choosing what's going to be, or to explain actually what's actually a racing game. Okay, so before entering into mini word, I'm going to give you some basics, and later we are going to check some examples in the maps, okay? So a car game is actually a competitive game, of course. In this game, you're supposed to just compete with your friends, let's say like that, and you have to actually reach first the finish line for the speedway, or in another kind of games, you are going to just complete some laps before winning the race. Okay? So important things for the racing games, we have 2 different kind of dynamics. The most basic one is a simple one. It's going to be that you have a starting line, you have actually speedway, and a finish line. And the players and you are going to try to get first to this line. By different games, you are going to have like different dynamics, but that's the basics, okay? There is a second way to create a racing game, and it's actually that you have to reach the end, but the finish line is actually going to be the starting line. So players are going to start on here, they are going to reach the end of the circuit, and then they are going to come back, and the first one that goes back again and completes once again or reach again the initial line is going to win the race. And the third one, that is the most common one, and it's actually a little bit more advanced than the others, it's going to be a circuit. How it works, it's pretty simple. In comparison, or in, um, by the other hand, in just comparing with these ones, what you are going to do is that you are going to start at the beginning of the race and you have to complete some laps. So instead of just going and starting and going to the end, you have to pass for the same point around 3-4 times until you complete most laps. So the game that I personally are going to teach you how to do is this one, the last one. And why is that? Because for this we are going to create a checkpoint system that allows you to avoid the players to just do cheats. As an example, if the players just moves back some steps and goes again into the finish line, probably is going to renew the laps. With my system, that's not going to happen. The player needs to complete the checkpoints to actually get again the lap. And another important thing, guys, this is just only a diagram. Remember that you can choose any circuit form, any shape for the circuit. The most basic one is this one, but you actually can be more creative and create a different ways to just fix this, okay? Another important thing, guys, for this circuit, you are going to use triggers and scripts, so that's why we are going to choose this one, because with this one we are going to get an extra level for our maps, and I know, guys, that you surely want to know advanced things, okay? So, for this specific course, we are not going to focus only in a racing game. We are going to choose a kart racing game. And I know, guys, some of you already know the answer, but for those that didn't know what this is actually for, is, as I prefer to call them, it's a deathmatch racing game. And yeah, it's just the same dynamics of for a normal racing game, but in this one you can actually have some extra power-ups, or you are going to have some items or weapons to just beat your opponents on the way. And that's what we are going to use, actually, this circular circuit, because you can actually pass over and over, and you can just reach your competitors 1, 2, 3 times during the match, so it's going to be more fun. Some examples of those games are going to be, as you probably know most of them, Crash Kart, that actually is an old game. It's around from 10 years ago. Mario Kart, that actually it's well known. It's one of the best games of this kind of games, and also another examples that I bring to you. Okay, guys. So switching back, we are going to start, and we are going to move to actually a mini word. Okay. So, guys, just to show you some examples of here that I actually downloaded before, we are going to start checking some maps that I actually found on mini word, and that can be actually a very good examples about how it's working. Okay, so the first one, let's start with this one. Okay, guys, so this one is going to be okay, guys, I'm going to ask you to just wait me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much for waiting online. Okay, so truly sorry for the time. I just was switching the transmission to this channel because the other one was enabled or it was not online due some specific system issues. So we have to continue here, but truly, I'm just truly sorry for that. But yeah, we are already know. So I'm just checking the chat. For now, we have some a few players working. So yeah, if you want to say something, just say something in the chat. I will be more than happy to read the chat with you guys. Okay. So if you still hearing me, I we left in the part in which actually I was showing you the different kind of maps that we can create as for a racing game. Okay. As you see on the just the real-time interactions that I show you, there are some specific circuits that we can create for this. For my specific kind of test, and the personally one that I'm going to teach you is the one that is going to be a cycling or a circular pattern. It's the one that you can just do so many laps before winning the game. Okay. I'm personally going to show you mine and just a quick look. So with that, you are going to be able to see also how it works, how it's created, and most important, guys, what you are going to expect from this course. Okay. So let me switch to mini words. Yeah, you can see me better now. Okay, we have more space to interact now. Okay, so okay, I'm just welcoming you all, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now you can hear me, guys? Truly sorry for that. So I was just creating, okay, different ways to show you how you can actually create the concept for your map, okay? So what is important for this? You need to find a way to actually create a good game design. And most of the times you cannot use like a mashup games in which actually you can choose different things because it's not going to look quite professional. Some games does, like as an example, Super Smash Bros. But it's not a common thing. The best thing is to choose a way to have a main concept. As an example, I use Cyberpunk for my map. The design about it is it's going to be just completely cyberpunk, and I base my map on that. Please be creative and try to choose your own one. So you can choose, I don't know, a medieval racing game. You can choose a different one. But for these ones, so I just showing you how I get inspiration to get these different models done. As you see, all the theme are going to be just created around a different systems. Like as you see on here, there is a lot of LCD panels, lights. There's a dark ambient in here, some lasers. So what I do most of the times is just to choose this specific kind of models of designs that are going to be working around racing games or pixel art related with cyberpunk. Actually, let me clean that because I'm a little bit okay. So yeah, check these guys. So in here you have like different inspiration that you can use to choose the main theme of your work. Let me search for another one. And yeah, on there you can save all the information. As you see, I was just showing you like the different inspiration that I take from. As you see here on my game, also we can have those neon lights just resulting a black sky, some lights on it, and also yeah, some vehicles. Most of them are going to be just like aerial vehicles, so we can choose also by the cyberpunk. Like this one. Okay, so yeah, check that, guys. So that actually is not the one that I take for inspiration, but is very similar to the one that I actually designed here. And it's very important, guys, that you take a main concept just to develop your game, as you see in the other examples that I show you online. Okay. I don't know, guys, how many of you are connected right now. Let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, so now I'm reading the comments and I see that there's a lot of people connected. Who wants to just have a quick check and a quick gameplay right now with me in real time? Okay, so let me know in the comments, please, which one of you want to play with me. I'm going to create a specific room, okay? We are going to start by playing some other games together. Let me start with this one. It's from Nanda Play. It's actually very stable and I really like it. So please, guys, join to the game. We are going to do for now just 6 players. Do the connection. That's very important because racing games require some specific network connections that actually need to be very good. So we are going to do it, okay? So I'm going to place in the comment section in the real-time chat. I'm going to comment you my UID. So please join to the channel, okay? fast. Okay, guys. So now that we are in real time, I'm playing with some of you guys. So yeah, as you see here, you can see the store. Oh, actually, there's people raining from the sky. That's nice. Okay, so guys, as you see here, you can have a basic store in which actually you can improve your boosters, and also you can get some specific cards. So just check it out. Okay, guys, and also if you have any questions, please let me know. And really, I really want to accept you guys, but just let me show you this. I get like a lot of invitations each day. So right now, even from some of you, is going to tell that I have too many friends and that you cannot send me an invitation. So truly sorry. It's not that I don't want it, but I can't. Okay, guys. So let me show you the dynamics about this one. As you see here, you can just start the game. And we have to complete some laps around this map. As you see, the game itself has some inertia on it, so if you keep pressing the key, you are going to move, and also if you release, the card is also going to move like a normal card does. So hey, there is a friend on there. Hi, no crew. And yeah, the first one who completes the 3 laps is going to be the winner. Okay, guys, so important things as I mentioned before, but as we have those specific technical issues with the streaming, you probably didn't check it yet. This is going to be a game in which actually you are going to find some buffs, and the buffs like this one that is going to reduce your speed if you pass over it. And also you are going to find some extra items like this one that allows you to shoot and take down your enemies just to take an advantage and try to get some extra speed on there. Okay. Also, you are going to get some specific items that allows you to place like obstacles in which other players can get stuck. And yeah, as you see here, we are going to complete the first lap. That's going to allow us to continue. Let me check if this one is going to work with him. Oh, I totally failed. You know, I'm a little bit noob sometimes. No worries. And yeah, guys, you are also able to hear me on here. Just let me know. Okay, as you see on my screen, also we have an upprod who completes the first lap after me, and yeah, keep joining, guys. There's some extra space here from which one of you want to join. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, guys, you still hearing me with no sounds? Okay, now I think you are hearing the last part. Truly sorry for that. Okay, guys, and yeah, here is the basic dynamic about it. All right. So, and now that we already complete this part, I'm going to take some time to read your comments. Give me a second, please. Okay, guys. All right. So, guys, if you are not able to check my comments, just give me a second. Let me do some Okay, guys, welcome back. I need to know if you can hear me, so please write down in the comments if you are able to hear me. And now, guys, you can hear me. Okay, so now you can hear me, guys. It seems there is a problem with my microphone, but let's try to continue with not doing it, okay? Okay, so let me do another adjustments here. Okay. All right, guys. So I think now you should be able to hear me. I already restarted. Okay, guys. So now I can. It's supposed to be fixed. It seems that actually the audio is coming, and I just check in the real time on the videos. Okay. So by continuing now, we are going to just left or keep in the part that we left. In the last time, I was showing you guys how to create a concept about this specific map, okay? Important thing, guys, as I mentioned before, we need to choose a team, okay? As I mentioned before, it could be anything. You can do a medieval one, or I don't know, a fruit theme in which actually some fruits are going to just compete to get the first place. The important things is that all your map is going to need to have the same specific visuals or concepts. So as an example, if you are doing a medieval game, if you use a laser, it's not going to be much nice because actually it's going to be weird. It's going to be better to use instead of that a magic arrow, which actually is going to fit better with your map. Okay. Um, some specific cars or maps are as the one that we are creating right now are going to have some tricks that we need to use, okay? So let me start and let me show you how we are going to start to create or plane the map, okay? Important things, guys, as you actually check here on this one, okay, let me increase it. Okay, now you should be able to hear me much better, okay? All right, guys, so let me show you. So on here, we are going to start by switching to the edit mode. And on the edit mode, we are just going to exit from here. And the first thing that we are going to show you is some elements that this specific map or any racing map are going to have, okay? So first one, remember that this is the classic pattern to show, just let the players know when the game is going to start and when it's going to finish. If you want to create your own, it's pretty simple. Also, you can use some specific ones that are already into the game. You can use just a black square and a white cube, a black square and a white cube, or you can create your own one just like I did here, okay? Another important thing is that you can or you need to create this specific frame that is going to be around the finish line. It's very important and it needs to be very dramatic, or it needs to result. Players need to see it from any distance, because it needs to result in comparison of on other parts of the way. As you see here, there are another couple of specific parts of the circuit, but this one is very it does a good contrast in comparison with the other parts of the way. Apart from this, most of these specific games are going to have a way in which actually I advise you to take this block. Probably you don't have it because you need to unlock it, but I'm going to show you how you can get it very easily and you don't have to wait that much. Also, you are going to have some speed pads. That actually is something that most of these kind of games are going to have as dynamics, and those will allow you to increase the speed. It's important that for you guys, most of the players can just start the circuit in the wrong direction. So it's important for you guys to let the players know by some signs where is the actually right way to complete the road. As you see here, these speed pads and also just this protection from the wall, it's indicating you where you can continue. Also, as we are going to create a circular game, we are going to do some checkpoints. And it's important to mark the checkpoints because players will know that they can save here the information. And those, as you see on this specific map, you can just get out from the road. So this will also allow you to save like the spawn point for the player, so the player will be able to actually come back and continue from the last part that he left. Okay, also, for those games, you are going to get some specific parts on the race where you actually are going to get some extra items that will allow you to take advantage of the players. So we are going to, you can do it just like some of the previous maps that we did, that is actually a block that you break or pass through and you get the items, or you can choose to create in a specific area or each time that pass to the main score. I just choose by the design to actually create or to give those items to the player in two different locations. The first one is going to be the finish line, and the second one is going to be the middle of the circuit checkpoint, and that's going to be because the player will have two items per each lap, so it's going to allow the player to have more dynamics on this one, okay? Also, another important thing is that all your maps, as you want to be a good developer, needs to have this specific thing that is going to be the store or a lobby in which players can get some items, can get some skins before starting the game. That's very, very important because with that the players are going to just have like an extra customizable part of your game, and you are going to you actually get some money of it, or if you want to get some minifins, also you can get it from there. Okay. So now that you know the basic elements, I'm going to start to teach you how you can create those elements. Okay. Important things. We are going to start with the basics, guys, because this is the first class. For the basics, we are going to start with the most important thing. And what is going to be the most important thing? You think it's the cards? Well, actually, the cards are not the main important thing. You think it's the finish line or the items? That's important, actually, but it's not the first thing. The first thing is that we need to create the basic blocks so the players will be able to actually move around. So as you see, these specific blocks in which actually I'm working with are going to have some specific dynamic. As you see, it's like ice, and that will create the illusion of card movement here on MiniWord. And that's how we are going to start the map, okay? So first step, guys, we are going to create here a new map. Okay, we're going to start the new map. Let me show you what kind of settings I do at the beginning, so with that you are going to know everything. Okay, so don't choose any of those. We are going to start with the basics, so we are going to start with an advanced creation. For my personal I don't know, likes, or yeah, what I personally choose is to use an MP map. Why I do that? Because with that I can create some limitations for the player. So I can create actually a fall down system. If the player reaches some height, it's going to be killed, or it's going to be sent back to the spawn. So I personally use the floating island. So let me create a game. You can choose here to just fit like a smaller size for this specific map. Personally prefer to keep it unlimited, so we're going to have more freedom when we are creating the map. So I personally prefer that one. Okay, for the settings I choose island or flat, depending of what you prefer, because it's going to be much easier to create a road. If you have mountains, it's going to be a little bit complicated. First you will have to flatten the terrain, and you have to destroy a lot of things. So it's going to be much easier to actually use just a flat one. Okay. Important thing, guys, for the flat one, you have also some different features. Be sure that if you are using some explosions, or you are going to use something that can destroy the blocks, you prefer to use canvas. That actually will allow you to just protect your blocks very quickly, because you only need to edit one block and you can bullet over it. Okay, for my personal like, I'm going to use float island, and yeah, we have to remove some other couple of things. We are not going to allow the monsters to spawn or the animals. Plugin library, you are going to keep it completely clear, and you are going to start to create the map. Okay, so at the beginning you are going to have this flat line. Okay, what we are going to do with this, yeah, we are going just to delete it because we didn't want it. Okay, most of you probably already know that, but there is a specific tool that is going to be very useful for this kind of terrain, and it's going to be this one. For those that didn't know how to get that one, you only need to open your inventory, and it's going to be in the developer section or in the tool section. Okay, and what it does is actually to allow us to create or to modify the terrain very quickly. So as an example, if you tap, if you just hit on here, you will have a new menu that allows you to select the terrain, and with that you can destroy a terrain like this in any moment. So yeah, check that very quickly. So we just hit the trash icon, and with that we delete the terrain. Okay, so what you're going to do first, if you see here on the top, you are going to find some different functions when you are editing. The one that we are going to use is the plugin editor. On that we are not going to have anything because we just create a map. And the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to create a new block, okay? As you see, guys, I actually have a lot of them. Probably you are going to have this part empty, and that's because I create a lot of maps, okay? But for this session, we are just going to hit new. We are going to create a new one. You can choose any existing template. It doesn't matter which one you actually complete. And yeah, just create a simple block. So this is going to be the block that we are going to use for the speedway, for the road. So just name it as it has to be. Okay, it's not important, this description, so you can just delete it. Or if you want it, you can choose a specific one. It doesn't matter for this one. For me, I'm going to personally do a simple thing. I'm just going to use the great wool pattern, and the important things are going to be here, okay? So I'm just going to check the chat very quickly. Okay, so I see, guys, that you are actually just hearing now very good the chat and very good the interaction. So first thing that we are going to do, we are going to change some values just to make a good block, okay? Most of you didn't know this, but you can actually choose any block and you can make it unbreakable and indestructible. You cannot break it if you actually choose -1 in all those two options. So the first one is just to, when you have an explosion, how is going to react this block. You can have some basic protection for it, but we want to have the block completely vulnerable for this explosion, so we are going to choose -1. Hardness is actually how much time you are going to use, or how many times did you have to expend to break the block, or which tools are going to be able to break it. If you use -1, it's not going to be breakable, so players cannot destroy the road. Just imagine that you are creating a road like mine that is having no floors, so it's going to be better to protect the road, okay? Now, important things, we don't want the road to be burnable. We don't want the fire to spread, so we are going to use 0 here on burning speed. Odds of burning is how many chances of spread the fire is going to have, so we are going to choose 0. Depending of the game, if you have a day game or you want to do a daytime game, you can actually ignore this, but I recommend it to you to keep it on high, so the road, even if it's a dark place, is always going to be able to be seen. You are going to delete this one, please. That means that your block is actually not going to drop anything. On here you need to be sure that it's going to be solid. And now the most important part for the card game is going to be this one, sliding acceleration. What does actually this? It's just going to create a system for you to have some inertia. Inertia means that your speed is going to be kept for some seconds to create this feeling about walking on ice. And that's very important for this kind of game. So let me show you guys how it's reacting. We know changing that. Oh, don't forget, you need to add the speedway to your map, and you need to be sure that it's in your map now. So once it's on your map, you are going to hit again in start, and yeah, you are not going to see anything because we already delete everything, but we are going to have these specific blocks here. Sorry, block, and let me create that block here. Okay, we are going to choose ours, and yeah, we are going to pull it over it, okay? So let me just create a big platform to start showing you how it works, guys. As you see here, we are going to just avoid to having too much work on it. We are just going to fill the space with this one. And yeah, So right now, as you see, guys, if we move and we release the movement button, you are going to be just on there. You cannot move to one side or to the other. It's just a normal movement, okay? Now, let me show you what happens when we actually change the inertia. So we are going to move the sliding acceleration, and we are going to move it to 1.8, okay? So remember, we only are going to change this, and let me show you what effect it's going to have. Okay, guys, so let me reach the top. So now that you're on there, check this. If I move and I release the key, it's going to keep moving for a little bit more. So if we switch to third player cam, actually that's going to have a good effect because it's going to show the player like moving around and having some inertia on it, okay? Also, you can use this for another kind of games. Just imagine that you are going to do a push and pull game, so you can push the players in an ice field or something similar. So that's the main block of the road. With this, you are going to create almost all the card system. And it's going to be very fun because the players are not going to just feel like they are walking, they are going to feel a little bit more powerful movement, okay? Alright, guys. So, now that you already create your first block, we need to create a couple of other blocks, okay? So, remember that we need to create, as an example, the block that actually will show you that you are going to increase the speed. So as an example, if I place that block on here, when you pass in front, you are going to increase the speed for this one, okay? So remember, for this class, we are not going to actually handle like very difficult things. I'm just going to show you the basics about how we can create those specific main blocks, okay? So the second block is going to be the speed block. That is going to be very important. I probably already have it here, but I just want to show you guys how you can set it up, and just to be sure that you are going to have the basics, okay? So as once again, very important, name it. It's a personal thing, because when you have a lot of blocks, if you didn't name it, sometimes just because you just want to finish faster, you name it like, I don't know, like blah, 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 or block 1. It's going to be a bad idea, because when you have a lot of blocks on it, it's going to be confusing, okay? So let's name it at the speed block, and let's set it up. So yeah, okay, so I think I'm going to start to do a specific question, okay guys? So the first one to actually answer me this is going to have a specific giveaway. I'm going to personally provide to that person a skin card with 7 pieces. That means that you can use that skin card to actually, I don't know, get some extra skins, okay? So just let me know if you are ready in the comments, okay? Yeah, I know. It's something usual at the beginning to give random names, okay? So let me know who is ready for the giveaway. The one who are going to be able to answer this question is going to be the one that I'm going to be personally sending this. But remember, it's going to be the first that responds to the answer. Okay, I see that Ben is ready. So yeah, I see that you are paying attention. Oh, Miguel Echarri. Okay, Miguel is ready too. So yeah, the question is going to be the next one. And please, the first one to write write down the right answer in the comments, it's going to be the first one that gets the giveaway skin, okay? So what will be the sliding acceleration that we are going to use to create a road block? Ready? Remember that we already see it on the before. Is this one specific? It have a specific value here to just create that one. Okay, so let me know, just comment. It's going to be 1.6. I don't think so. It's going to be 1.3. No. Yeah, not to speed up the player, just to the normal one, the one that we create for the road. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you like a quick check for it. Okay, yeah, very good. So let me just give me 1 second. I'm going to send you a personal message. On that one, I'm going to actually provide you the code. Okay, so just give me a second, please. Okay, so yeah, just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, it seems that I have to provide it you later, so as soon as we finish the class, I'm going to ask you to give me your YouTube link, or if you want it, please write down your link on the comments, and I'm going to just give you that specific one, okay? So yeah, let me know your username for YouTube directly, and with that, I'm going to send you personally that one, okay? Okay, just remember, I'm going to continue with the class. Okay, so for this one, we are going to use the exact same value, okay? Also remember, guys, you can play with this value. The best one that resolved for me for this kind of game is 1.8. Some other games can use another values, but sometimes it's a little bit buggy, so I recommend it to use on that one, okay? And as this is a speed block, why we are going to use the same value? Well, it's pretty simple. What happens is that if you don't use the same value for that one, probably the player it's going to be stuck on there. So let me show you an example, okay? We just create this specific block. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. We need to enter again to the game to be able to see it. Yes, your email is going to be okay. Okay, so let me see now. Okay, yeah, we are here. So, as you see here, guys, if we place a block that doesn't have like the same inertia, the 1.8 that I just showed you, your character is going to be stuck. See, you see? So imagine that you have the speed block. If the speed block doesn't have the right amount, your players are going to be stuck under. So there is no reason to place actually a speed block that is going to slow down your players. But a good thing is that you find out actually how you can create these specific blocks that make the player have a little bit of problems passing through and be a little bit slower. Like this one is a normal block. You don't have to do that much. Just remember to make it indestructible. And yeah, you have an area of the road that actually is making the players be a little bit slower when they are passing through. But for this one, we are going to just show you the speed block, okay? And yeah, the speed block is, as you see, it's not going to have any difference. It's going to just walk like the normal block, okay? Very important, now that you have the speed block, we are going to give a nice look to that one, okay? How we can do that? Well, it's pretty simple. We need to use a miniature system. So I know, guys, that you are very good creating miniatures. If you want to use your own one, it's okay. Also, if you don't want to take that much time, I also submit on the resources center my personal miniature system. So it's going to be just the same one that you checked before. And let me show you how it looks like. Okay, let me import those ones to this map. Oh, and if you want to find that specific pack, you only need to search my UID, which actually I'm going to left in the comments. And yeah, with that one, I will be able to show you that. Okay, guys, so let me show you the effect, okay? So the model that we are going to use to the speed buff is this one. As you see, it's a simple model that actually can goes over any map, over any blocks. Okay, so that means that it's going to keep the texture. So if you have a road that is going to look like this one block, you're going to have just this over it. Okay, but you can use a normal one too. So for this one, as this is going to be over the road, I personally going to set it up as a liquid one, but you can have a solid block like this one, and you can just keep it as a speed buff. Okay. Another important things that we have to do is that we have to create some extra models. So remember, this one is going to be the speed buff. Okay, so important thing, I need you to do a good model for it or just get the model from it, but it's very important that this is going to be very different from this one. Also, we need to create a specific one that is going to be the score or finish line block. Okay, guys, so that one is going to be, I have it right here for my end, but you can actually make yours, and it's going to be much funner if you make yours because it's going to give a unique design to your map. But I use personally those one that is going to be a white one and a black one that actually you can combine like this to create the finish line texture. And also we have a couple of other, so just let me show you the other ones. Okay, so we have a turn block, or is the one that is going to show you that the player, or aware in the player that there is a curve on it and the player needs to turn to the right or to the left. For mine, for my personal one, I use this one. Let me show you. Okay, I use this one for, because it's the one that I like it, but you can choose any of your ideas. Remember that testing your own blocks is going to be the best way to do it, because as you saw, it's going to create your personal identity on it, and I want to check very creative games for this map. Okay, and another important one is the one that is going to just allow you to mark the different parts of the map. So let me show you which one I use. It's a simple one. I think it's the most simple one. It's just a line. Okay. Okay, so what will be, now we are almost ending the streaming, and what I need you to do, guys, for the next class, I need you to create your own textures. So with this, we will be able to set up each one of the blocks, and it's very important for you to have each one. Okay, so for the next class, I need you to have ready first the speed block that is going to be the one that I showed you before. Remember that you can do your own one. Please don't worry for having like completely set up, because in the next class we are going to do the effects and the buffs and everything. For now, we just need the models. So remember to have first the speed one, then the finish line one, then the turn indicator, and finally a line, which actually you can use to mark your speedway. Okay, Important things, guys, let me show you how it's going to look on game directly. Just a minute, please. Okay. So guys, check this. That's how it's going to look. So as you see here, this is the normal line one. This is the finish line one. These are the speed one. And those finally are going to be the turn one, okay? Another important things for this homework that you're going to do for the next class is, guys, please be sure that all of them are going to use just the setups that I show you for each block. What does it mean? Let me show you. It means that each of your blocks are going to have, oh, my mistake here, -1 on the blast resistance, -1 on hardness, in the sliding accelerations 1.8, and yeah, the rest you can do it by your own, but those are the important ones, okay? Now I'm going to just switch to the chat. I'm going to do actually answer a quick answers questions. So please just let me know in the comments any questions that you have. The one that asks the best question is going to get another giveaway, okay? I'm going to provide to the person that asked the best questions 13th elephant shards, okay? So just let me know in the comments which questions did you have. Okay. Come on, guys, don't be afraid. Okay, guys, so you don't have any question. Oh. Okay, I'm a little bit confused by your question. Please, I'm going to ask you to elaborate a little bit more, Ben. You mean if it's exactly the miniature fits exactly on the cube, in the cube's size? I see. So you, okay, let me show you how I create those specific blocks so you will have a better idea, okay? So I'm going to switch to one of my miniatures maps. It's the one of the ones that I use to create all the things that you see on my map, okay? Oh, actually, that's a good question. For the question that you are doing, Miguel, we are going to check it later in the next classes. But let me check here. Okay, guys. So that's how we create the miniature. Okay, it's pretty simple. You use this specific item that is going to be the miniature workbench, and under you have to create like the basics for your map, okay? But how we can make this fit like this, that's the first question as I understand. It's a little bit simple. So once you finish and create your miniature, your normal miniature, we need to modify it with this one. This is going to be the model cube. And yeah, what you have to do is to just take the first one that you create. As an example, I'm going to use this one. And what you need to do is that for default size is going to fit. But if you want to actually be over the block, it needs to be over this specific dummy that shows you how the blocks react. So if you place it just by looking that it's over it, it's going to be fitting on the block. Now, if you want to make this looks like it's just a texture over the map, you only need to do this. Be sure that is at least one part that is showing, and that's it. So probably for the example, you see that I use another one that looks like a normal texture of over the floor. And that's why this is because this specific miniature has like some different dips on it. So this part, the gray part, is just one block under the green part, so that's why it looks like a texture, but it's not actually a texture. It's a simple trick. And yeah, you can use that to create those maps. Perfect. I'm glad to know that I answered your question. Also, as I mentioned before, this is going to be in the resources center. So if you want to download it, just check by my UID. My UID is 2769323. And yeah, that's how you can create those specific ones, okay? And as you see here, you can do some tests to check how your actually road is going to look like. And yeah. Okay, so switching to the next question. Okay, the different combinations of blocks. If you can make special effects when you combine crystal with wool, like the same color, crystals, other. Okay, so actually, guys, for that I didn't know that much because I only use the basic colors. Important things that I think you need to know for this is that sometimes what you are looking here, it's going to be different to actually what you get. And that's, it's very important to note the colors that you actually are going to have may be different if you have different times on your daytime according to the map. So as an example here, if I do this orange, as you see, this orange is going to look a specific orange pretty apart if I change the date time. Like that's an example, this one, it's going to look a little bit different because the ambient is going to change. So it's important for you to have the best setups to create miniatures because probably you are not going to get the same colors that you are looking for when you create a miniature. As an example like this. Let me show you a little bit of this, and yeah. As you see, the colors are going to be a little bit different. So this orange is going to be much brighter, and this one is going to be darker, and also this blue, it's going to be different. So my best recommendation is when you are creating maps and you are using a miniatures maps, try to keep it around 12 a.m. in the daytime. It's like the best way to match the colors, because also let me show you in the morning. Yeah, there you go. The color is much darker now, and that's going to affect your miniatures. I don't know if that answers your questions about the different combinations. Or you mean that you can get like different combinations for miniatures, right? Okay. So yeah, I think that's one of the tips that I can provide you about this. Oh, let me switch it. Yeah, check that. So the colors are going to be much darker depending of the day. So yeah, keep it on 12. And now everything is going to work better when you finish your maps, okay? When you mean oh, I see. Okay, I didn't know. That's something new that I can learn every day, like you guys. Okay, when you mean that if you can download card architecture, you mean to get the models? Yeah, actually I submit the models that I use for the game. You have to check in the resource center. And those are going to be in the plugin pack that I submit. It's not just the models, it's just the complete plugin pack. But yeah, you can actually download that. And yeah, also you can get these specific blocks, so you can save some time. But I will advise you to use your own models. With that, you are going to be able to give an extra specific look to your map according to actually what you like, okay? So guys, I think the best question for this one, it was the one that actually make give me a second. Oh, okay, the question that asked Ben. So Ben, I'm going to also send you these charts, okay? So yeah, the class now is finished. Please, Ben and Miguel, stay on the comments. I'm going to send you the. Don't get away from the live yet. I'm going to actually send you the two giveaways. Okay, just yeah, guys, and yep, that's it for now. Thank you so much for assisting. Remember that the next class is going to be tomorrow. We hope we are not going to have that much of amount of technical issues. And yeah, tomorrow we are going to continue with the next part of the class. Important things on the next class, we are going to learn the basics about the building the circuit, create the basic racing elements, and set up the checkpoints in the finish, okay? We are not going to start yet with triggers or with scripts. We are going to see that on the next week. For now, we are going to just create the basis, okay? And yep, that's now for it. Thank you so much for the assistance, guys, and hope to see you soon. Oh, and I forgot, guys, if you want to test some maps with me, just I'm going to create a match right now. So yeah, remember to join to the room number 2769. Okay, I can remember. Okay, 2769323. Okay, I'm going to create some extra maps, not just going to be like racing games, so we can meet each other better. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for now, and see you in the game.